Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the fourth episode of this Total Extreme Wrestling 2020 series. We are on the verge of our first pay-per-view. This is week 4, which means our first pay-per-view, and it will be Money in the Bank. But before we get there, we've got to go through Raw, NXT, NXT UK and Smackdown, as well as main event. So that's what this episode is, and then this Sunday you will be getting the pay-per-view spectacular. So let's just get stuck straight in, shall we? Okay, then we open up with Monday Night Raw, and we've got a big 6-man tag main event, but we open up before the actual intro to the show with a video package hyping up the feud between Bobby Lashley and Rey Mysterio. We show the attacks from Bobby Lashley, we show Rey Mysterio trying to get some return, I guess, on it. These two have been battling for a few weeks. So much so that we're really selling this storyline that they can't wait till Sunday. It's not on the pay-per-view. It's happening tonight here at the Mobile Civic Centre Arena. And we're going to open the show with a big match. So 51 for the video playing. Not bad. We do an intro to the show, of course. And then Rey Mysterio makes his entrance for the match with Bobby Lashley, which gets to 52. Okay, that's disappointing. Lashley and Lana have no chemistry. So we'll drop Lana from Bobby Lashley. That's fine. We'll find a way, but we'll do that quite comfortably. Bobby Lashley 54, Rey Mysterio 63. At 52 is slightly disappointing. It's gained heat for the storyline, but actually probably going to end the storyline if I'm totally honest with you. We could go back to it, but I've got plans for Bobby Lashley going forward that don't involve Rey Mysterio. So 52, good long match to start Raw, 23 minutes. The idea between this one is Rey is at his absolute best as the underdog against the big, powerful heel. But Lashley, in the end, gets the victory. He says Dragon Sleeper, say a full Nelson or something like that. Rey Mysterio taps out, and Bobby Lashley has a big win on his resume, 52. Afterwards, we cut an angle for 63. Needs more star power to have Bobby Lashley fight. That's a bit harsh. Anyway, the idea between this one is that Rey Mysterio, after the beating that he's took, is hurt. He took a beating in the match, to be fair, we'll say. The full Nelson did some damage, and he's going to be stretchered out. Bobby Lashley sees it, and he doesn't like the idea of it. So he attacked Rey Mysterio on a stretcher. Maybe does the Big Show swing into the post thing. I think that'd be quite cool. But the idea was Bobby Lashley is on an absolute tear. Rey Mysterio takes a beating, and then more beating. He's going to end the storyline with this segment, to be fair. Bobby Lashley looks like an absolute machine. An absolute machine. 63, so not bad. We come back from break, we do a replay of the big spot, and then we see Bobby Lashley backstage leaving the arena. The announcer, Charlie Caruso or something like that, comes up to him and says, "What was that about?" And he goes, "That was a message for everyone on this roster not to mess with the almighty Bobby Lashley. But don't worry, next week here on Monday Night Raw, I've got another message planned, don't you worry." 58 for the promo, so that's not too bad. We'll move Lana away, but it says Lana helped Lashley. Okay, Becky Lynch got a promo on Nia Jax for 65, talking about Nia Jax trying to break her face again. So Becky Lynch cuts a promo basically saying that you can't stop her, you can't keep her down, and that is why she will remain the Raw Women's Champion after Money in the Bank. Says Becky Lynch struggled when going off script. Last time out, she did well off script, so make your mind up. Total Extreme Wrestling, make your mind up. Becky was then in action for a 61 rated match. This is pretty good, against Liv Morgan. So we have to clear some stuff up here originally. Look, Becky wins. The disarmer does the job. That's fine. 68 from Becky, 42 from Liv Morgan. As you can see, Paige was at ringside. And what we're going to do is pair together Paige and Liv Morgan. Now, Liv Morgan is a heel. Not anymore. We're going to change her. We're going to change Paige's gimmick. I was hoping to change Liv to a heel. To a babyface. Okay, we're going to have to find a way to change Liv. But we could maybe use Paige as a way to do it. Paige sees Liv Morgan as a real threat in the women's division, wants to bring the best out of her, wants her to do what's right for her. Liv starts seeing that side of view and becomes a babyface. She's been feuding with Nia, so it kind of works. I didn't realise she was a heel until I really looked through it. The database was wrong. She's obviously a babyface. She's clearly been a babyface since January, so come on, people. As Becky Lynch is celebrating, Nia Jax comes running down with a steel chair, trying to attack Becky Lynch again. Becky manages to make an escape. Of course, she's suffering from the match. Usually, Becky Lynch, the man, would want to fight, and she does, but Nia Jax with a chair, it isn't worth the the fight at the moment. Becky uses her brain rather than her heart and says, I'll see you Sunday at Money in the Bank. 64 though, pretty good for these two. Drew McIntyre got a promo ahead of the main event, particularly on Seth Rollins. 64 for the promo, pretty good promo from Drew. And just sort of saying, look, Seth Rollins, he's a messiah complex. That's what he is. He thinks he's the best thing on this brand, but he's not. He's not the WWE champion, and there's a reason for that. So the Drew McIntyre Express will continue past Money in the Bank. Seth, Kevin, we'll have a great match. I'm sure we will. You'll put up a great fight. I'm sure you will. But you'll both take Claymores, and I will stand tall. 64. The Viking Raiders were in action. 53 rated match here, defeating Austin Theory and Angel Garza. I will never get it right. Pretty good match here, considering the pops. Actually, it's lower than everyone's pops, surprisingly. That's higher than I thought it would be. But Eric and Ivar, 59-61, 59-57 for Austin and Angel Garza. We'll just say Garza. What's brought it down? I'm really disappointed what's brought it down. Holding back. Low experience, no real storyline. I admit there's no real storyline, but do you need a storyline in every match? That's not how wrestling works. The Viking Raiders got a good win here. A win over two really good stars on Raw to have, Theory and Garza, particularly Garza. So 53, pretty good. The Disciples got a promo on Street Profits ahead of their match this weekend. They face the Raw Tag Team Champions for the titles, so the Street Profits will be looking to hold on to their titles, and Murphy and Shelton sort of say, we're not going to say the prophecy because that's a bit Undisputed Era like, but sort of the idea of this Sunday everything will come together. We will hold the Tag Team Championships, and Seth Rollins, our Messiah, will hold the WWE Championship. Monday Night Raw will be whole again this Sunday. 58 for the promo is not bad at all. Good match here. Asuka defeats Ruby Riott in 20 minutes or so. Asuka putting on a really good performance, 66. Ruby, 45, not bad at all. This is advancing the women's Money in the Bank storyline because obviously Asuka's in that match. So a really good win in a long, hard-fought match against Ruby Riott. It puts Ruby over as a competitor, but Asuka managing to beat her puts her over as a real threat for this Sunday. Will Asuka win the Money in the Bank like she did in real life? We'll have to find out literally on Sunday. She then got a promo on Shayna Baszler for 64. I didn't change the road agent. Damn it, for some reason it's me and I'm not a good road agent. Sorry, Asuka, but a good promo actually for 64. Speaking of the tag teams, Angelo Dawkins defeated Shelton Benjamin with a powerbomb, 54 apiece on the performances and a 57 segments. So that's really, really good. Last week, of course, we did Buddy Murphy beating Montez Ford. So this week, the Street Profits get some return. The Street Profits stand tall going into the pay-per-view. So we'll see what that means. 57 though, really good. Randy Orton's backstage cutting a promo on Samoa Joe. He says this man who has toiled in the indies and the gyms doesn't deserve to be in a Money in the Bank match. He doesn't deserve it. He didn't qualify in the first place. He had a second chance, as they would like to call it. Well, he won't have a second chance on Sunday when Randy Orton, the absolute don of the WWE, finishes him off. And what does he finish him off with? The three most destructive letters in the whole company. RKO. 67, really good promo from Randy Orton. Great match here. A really, really great match. Ricochet defeats Jinder Mahal in just 8 minutes. So a short match, but a lot of good wrestling we're hoping for. Jinder, a former world champion, of course. We did this match a few weeks ago, our main event, I believe, but we've moved it onto Raw and it's done even better. 72, really good stuff. Good win for Ricochet. He's looking good, standing tall. We're not doing the United States Championship match at the pay-per-view just because I was looking at all the matches we could do. It just didn't quite fit. We hadn't quite moved the feud on enough. This is a really good way to do it, though. And a Raw main event in a few weeks, or a big Raw match in a few weeks, will be Ricochet versus Andrade. So this is preparing for that really well. 72. Afterwards, Ricochet cut the promo on Andrade, saying he's ducking me. He thinks I haven't got a chance. Last week, he did me some damage with the finisher on the floor. But I'll tell you something. I ain't backing down. I ain't going anywhere, and I am coming for that Intercontinental, that United States Championship. Jesus brain. 67. And then the main event then. It's not the best match on the card, but it's still pretty damn good for 69. A brilliant 6-man tag match. Seth, AJ and Orton defeat Drew, Kevin and Samoa Joe. Rollins pinning Owens. That's the important thing here. Joe was the weak link, which is a little bit disappointing. I feel like it probably should have been a better match. I don't know why it's so low. I feel like that probably could have been 73, 74. Low heat on the storylines is fair, but that's not too bad. And as I say, Rollins getting the victory over Owens, and we're going to paint this story of, obviously it's a triple threat at the pay-per-view. Drew doesn't need to be pinned to lose the championships. Seth pins Owens tonight. If that happens on Sunday, Seth Rollins walks away with the WWE Championship. So, a solid show. I think 68, I think that's our best Raw so far. Still lost its popularity, but I still think it's a really solid show. 72 from Ricochet and Jinder was really good. And there's nothing here below, what's the lowest one? I mean, 51, is it the opening? The opening stuff with Lashley, and that was the lowest stuff. So, really, really good show. It's time for the main event, or, oh well, WWE main event. It's not quite the main event. It's not got the same. Anyway, we're moving on to the show, and hopefully we'll have a good one. I've got analysis here. We open up with the United States Champion Andrade defeating Akira Tozawa just under 20 minutes. Good long match between two good workers, and yeah, really good start. 63 rated match. Andrade 65, Akira Tozawa 50. So to get a 63, really good. Andrade holding it down, as they say. Really, really good start to the show as well. Andrade then cut a promo on Ricochet saying, obviously, what I did to you on the floor wasn't enough. You won't stay down. I will put you down. You sneezing. Apparently Ricochet sneezing. Fine. I was going to go snivelly little dog there. That 64 for the promo. We'll move on. The Street Profits were in action for 52. Not great stuff here. Yeah, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, great chemistry, which is good. 57 and 59 for the Street Profits, 37 and 30. But it's a short match. This is what main event's for, really. So it's not too bad. And the Street Profits look good in a win, of course. They could have promo then on Murphy and Shelton for 59. The idea of the show, main event, we're going to run through the same formula. Match promo, match promo, match promo. Just saying. 59, pretty damn good. Murphy and Shelton having a promo cut on them. Gains heat for storyline, good. Main event sees Samoa Joe defeat Angel Garza for 60. So this is okay. Samoa Joe 59, Angel Garza 53. Yeah, not bad at all. Good win for Samoa Joe. But after the match, he is attacked by Randy Orton, who hits the RKO out of nowhere. He said he would. He's done it before Money in the Bank. Adds a bit of storyline heat to the men's match. Lost heat, actually, weirdly. 56, fine. Pretty good main event, though. I think 60. Average is what we'd expect. 61 we've had is the highest, I think, so far. So 60 is pretty good. Good match to open us up. That really held us together. NXT comes to you from Full Sail University. We fixed it, and we have got a couple of big matches on the card. Opening up then with a match we announced last week. 2 of the tag team division go one-on-one in singles action. Zach Gibson takes on Pete Dunne, and Zach Gibson gets the pinfall with a handful of the tights. So Gibson beats Dunne. Pretty big upset. Former UK champion Pete Dunne defeated by a man who really hasn't done as much as you probably would have liked in the company so far. Zach Gibson won the tag team title, sure, but maybe this is a sign of things to come. If Zach Gibson could continue beating Pete Dunne, this is obviously building towards the tag team championship match. Matt Riddle and James Drake were both at ringside. Gibson gets the victory. After the match, though, the Broserweights say, come on, let's do this now. Let's do the fight now. You want to cheat to win? Let's do it. We'll put the titles on the line right now. Grizzled little veterans say, hang on. We'll do it on my time, my situation, and when I say, not when you say. 49. Okay. Good promo here from Tommaso Ciampa, cutting a promo on Finn Balor. Pretty good. 72. Really moving this forward. Obviously, next month, in the 3rd week, I think we're going to do... it actually lines up exactly how it does in real life, of course. We're going to do NXT TakeOver in your house, and Tommaso Ciampa and Finn Balor will do battle there. Spoilers. We haven't announced it in-game yet, but that's where we're heading. 72 for a very good promo. Good match here from Ciampa too. 64, he defeats Gentleman Jack Gallagher. Yeah, 65 from Tommaso Ciampa is pretty good, and 50 from Jack Gallagher is not bad at all. It improved the storyline. 64, really good match. Good win for Tommaso Ciampa. Good to see him get a win on NXT TV is the idea. Not so great here. 48. Actually, it's better than the pops. We've got to remember that, especially with the NXT women's division. They're both popped up sort of near 40. But this is the tables match that we hyped up for a few weeks. Dakota Kai getting the victory over Tegan Nox when Tegan was put through a table after interference from Raquel Gonzalez. So the manager, the the big man, the big woman in the corner makes the difference. Tegan, 43, 44 from Dakota, both performing above their pops, which is really good, and a segment at 48, which is actually really good. So a good match between these two. We're setting Dakota up now to move her up the card is the idea. She's got a good win over Tegan, and we can go back to that at some point. But with the Women's Championship situation, which I haven't spoken about, but I'll mention it in a moment, Dakota Kai will be moving up the ranks pretty soon. So 48, very good. Afterwards, she celebrates over Tegan's body for 28. That's not as good, but basically just a heel over celebrating. And the last shot you see is Dakota Kai with a foot on Tegan's chest, raising her hand up in the air. 28, pretty good. Well, not pretty good, but good in my head. So then it's announced next week, right here on NXT, the Women's Championship will be on the line. It's Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. We're doing it on TV due to certain contractual reasons, which I'll explain more next week. The best way to say it. 50 though is okay, and yeah. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, next week, NXT Women's Championship on the line. Should be a good one, that. Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae cut a promo. Well, it's a earlier today type thing where they're in their kitchen. We're gonna go with Gargano's kitchen. I just liked it. It was quite cool what they did. So he cuts a promo on Keith Lee, continuing that storyline for 52, and then after that, Candice LeRae was in action, defeating Mia Yim after a distraction from Gargano. 52 for this, much better than the performances, so that's really good. And we're improving the North American Championship. That's what we're really pushing here. Gargano, obviously a manager of Candice LeRae, but Candice getting a good win over Mia Yim too. And then after the match, Johnny Gargano holds Mia Yim for Candice to continuously slap her. Slap, slap, slap. Of course, Keith Lee runs down and makes the save. It says nothing interesting to happen. That just, honestly, it makes no sense. But yeah, good stuff between these 442. I'm going to set something up later down the line. Adam Cole cut a promo on Velveteen Dream ahead of the main event, which I can now reveal to you is Adam Cole versus Dominic Dijakovic. Adam Cole 70, really good promo. Things are improving in terms of ratings lately. They're really improving, so that's good. Adam Cole, good promo, hyping up the NXT Championship feud. And then it's announced next week as well. So we've got that big Women's Championship match, but we've also got this one, tag team action. The Garganos, Johnny and Candice LeRae, they'll take on Mia Yim and Keith Lee. Big tag team action next week right here on NXT. Main event time then, 68, so not bad at all considering Dominic Dijakovic's pop. Good chemistry between the two of them, that's something to remember. Adam Cole, the NXT champion, gets the victory. I don't think Dijakovic loses anything by losing to the NXT champion. We put him over strong. You can sell the idea on the commentary that Dijakovic, it's a big match for him, the biggest match of his career so far, but he's got his eyes slightly elsewhere with the whole Scarlet Bordeaux issue, and Adam Cole takes advantage to get the victory. It makes Adam Cole look really good going into the eventual showdown with Velveteen Dream. So really good, 68, but it's not the show closing storyline. We are finally going to debut him. Karrion Kross hits the ring. We'll say the lights go out, they come back on, and there is Karrion Kross destroying Dominic Dijakovic for 32. So it's not fantastic, but it's fine. And finally, we have these two meet officially and battle. So we're going to build towards something for these two. I think it's been a pretty good NXT. 64, so we've increased our popularity in 35 regions, which is really good. It says we've used Dominic too much, but he was in a big main event, that's why. And I think it's pretty good. You take away that and that, which probably underperformed, and it's a solid NXT. So really good stuff. Okay, Thursday night means NXT UK. Big title match prepared for the main event. We open up, though, with the NXT Women's Champion, Kaylee Ray, and she calls out Piper Niven and says, you want a title on the line? I will give you the title on the line. Of course, it turns into a brawl, and it is announced that these two will go at it in a title match next week, right here on NXT UK. It's going to be a bumper show next week, and this is one of the title matches on offer. We've got the NXT Women's Championship on offer on the Wednesday, and the NXT UK Women's Championship on offer on the Thursday. Going to be a big show. 30 for this. It's fine. Opening match saw Joe Coffey defeat Travis Banks in about 15 minutes. Good win for Joe Coffey, 38. Travis Banks 19. So yeah, it says a lot. But it's another good win for Joe Coffey. Afterwards, A-Kid runs down. He attacks, but it doesn't matter really. A-Kid not really holding up to the physical presence of Joe Coffey, who hits the powerbomb, and he looks like he's going to continue beating him when the NXT UK debut of Killian Dane hit. Oh my God, what's happened? It's not gone well. It's not gone well at all. Killian Dane basically runs down and saves A-Kid, which means that, why can't I turn him? Oh, he's a heel, right? This is meant to be the time where we turned him face, so ignore everything else. He's turned face here, and he's run down and he saved A-Kid for 16. The idea is we're going to go with Joe Coffey versus Killian Dane going forward, which hopefully will be good. Tony Storm cut a promo on Isle of Dawn for 48. Really good stuff, this, actually. These two are building up nicely. We will go for a one-on-one match soon enough between these two, but 48, pretty good. Ilya Dragunov was in action, defeating Joseph Connors for 28. Ilya, 26. Joseph Connors, 32. Ilya's improving, to be fair. Ilya is improving, but 28, so yeah. Next week, though, the NXT UK champion will be here, and he will have his first match on the series. He'll take on Mark Andrews in the main event next week. Should be a heck of a sight. Before our main event tonight, though, the Black Country Boys got a promo on Gallus for 44. Trent Seven did really well. And then after that, the NXT UK Tag Team Championships were on the line. Will Wolfgang and Mark Coffey hold on? No, they won't. We have new champions. 47, so it was okay. Probably could have been better. Trent's obviously the highest man, carries it really, and he pins Wolfgang with a 7 stars lariat clothesline to win the NXT UK Tag Team titles. The Black Country Boys win the titles. So the first title for Dave Mastiff as well, which is pretty good. A babyface win to hold the show down. Big title change. 47. We've increased our popularity is the main thing. NXT UK just needs building and building and building. So I'm happy with most of this. It's not really a problem. Okay, the final show before the pay-per-view, of course, it is Smackdown on Fox. We open up with the big dog, Roman Reigns, in a match against Jackson Ryker. When he gets a 70 rated match from Jackson Ryker, Roman Reigns is the ace of this company right now. I need to really think about how we push Roman Reigns right to the moon again, and everyone hates me. Ah, yes. Really good start, though. Really good start. 70 rated match. Roman Reigns getting a win over a physical specimen in Jackson Ryker Gunner in TNA, of course. Good. Really good. 76 from Reigns. He's going to push this agenda with The Fiend. And after the match, Reigns challenges The Fiend again. But this time, Bray Wyatt comes on the screen. Firefly Funhouse style. And he says, Roman, you misunderstand me. I'm all about protecting the chosen one. But listen, next week you say you want me. Next week you say you want a match. Well, next week you will have a match. And the Firefly Funhouse ends there. See you next week type thing. 81, really good segment between two of the biggest stars in the company, so that makes sense. So these two really doing well. And then next week, then it's announced Roman Reigns will have a match. Bray Wyatt has confirmed he will have a match next week on Smackdown. Take that how you will. Dolph Ziggler cut a promo on Otis for 71. Really good promo from Dolph here. And afterwards, he defeated Shorty G for 70. So really good match again. Really good show so far. 68 from Dolph. Shorty G 59. But these two have great chemistry and it showed. Dolph Ziggler getting the win going into the Money in the Bank match against Otis this Sunday. Wow, it gets even better. A 79 rated segment. The Miz and Morrison cut a promo on New Day ahead of their tag team title match. New Day and Miz and Morrison will be involved in the main event tonight, so hopefully they can continue the good segments. Really good stuff here. We're brought back down to earth, but it's still actually a lot better than you would expect it to be. A 55 rated match, for sure. Bayley, the women's champion, defeats Lacey Evans with a Bayley to belly. 58 from Bayley, 44 from Lacey. That's fine. Carmella was on commentary, and after the match, in a 43 rated segment, Bayley and Carmella are in the ring arguing. Bayley drives her through the table with a Bayley to belly. The champion standing tall going into the pay-per-view. 67 for Jeff's promo on Sheamus. Good promo. Pretty good promo. On a show with probably better promos. This isn't bad though. 67. Segment rating here for this one is 68. So, okay, Sami Zayn is having a Sami Zayn celebration. Ignore the new title stuff. It's the best way to do it. He's celebrating himself. And what an absolute man he is. Of course, Daniel Bryan shows up, not impressed, and gets the Maybe he can hit the running knee or something on Sami Zayn, but Bryan stands tall. 68. Not bad. 63 for this one. The number one contender to the the Universal Championship. I might just rename it at some point. Shinsuke Nakamura defeats Elias in about 15 minutes. Pretty good. Elias made to tap out. Elias 59. Shinsuke 71. Shane didn't do well as the road agent, which is annoying. Afterwards, though, for 75, this is really good. Shinsuke Nakamura is celebrating when Braun Strowman, of course, runs down and hits the power slam on Shinsuke. Braun Strowman standing tall. We've had Bryan stand tall and Strowman stand tall so far, so wonder what's going to happen at Money in the Bank. It's going to be interesting. 75 though, really good. 40 for this one, not as good. We've gone a little bit comedy, and it says just Otis, but it's actually going to be Otis and Mandy Rose doing a training montage. They're getting ready for a big night on Sunday. Otis, of course, takes on Dolph Ziggler, and Mandy's part of that women's Money in the Bank match. So, yeah, it's fine. 40. Talk about a good main event, though. 72 rated main event. Jeff Hardy, Kofi Kingston, and Big E, the New Day. Obviously not Jeff, Big E and Kofi Kingston. They defeat Sheamus, Miz and Morrison when Jeff Hardy pinned Sheamus after the twist of hate. 72 for the segment. Really good stuff. Really good stuff all around. Big E 66, Jeff 65, Kofi 74, 62 from Sheamus, 66 from John Morrison and The Miz 72. Really good stuff all around, and a good way to end the show. A really good SmackDown, a 74 rated SmackDown. The best we've had. I'll have no complaints from TV either. The best possible way to go into Money in the Bank, and that is a big way to start with. Dolph Ziggler really did well. Okay, then before we go, we're just going to run through the storylines ahead of this weekend's pay-per-view. We're going to run through the heat, etc., so you guys can know what to expect. So Dolph Ziggler and Otis are on the pay-per-view. They'll be having a match. It's a 56, and not bad at all. It's picked up quite well. That's not bad. The Intercontinental Championship is also on the line, 73. This is really good heat. It's going to be Bryan against Zayn. I'm hoping they'll have a classic, to be honest with you. The men's Money in the Bank, 72. Good heat for that one, actually, considering it's really picked up over the past 2 weeks, a lot of the heat. So that's really, really good. The Raw Tag Team Championships will be on the line, 57. That's about what you'd expect. Good mid-card heat. I don't mind that at all. And of course, it's a Street Profit against the Disciples. That should be a good one. The Raw Women's Championship, 50. So I'd expect slightly better considering Becky Lynch is involved, but Nia Jax is also involved. So you take what you've got, but they will go one-on-one for the championships. The Roman Reigns versus The Fiend is not happening, but just to let you know, it's on a 62 heat. The SmackDown Tag Team Championships will be on the line, though, and it's the New Day, Big E and Xavier Woods against Miz and Morrison. Xavier Woods making his return from injury. 71 heat. That is really good. Women's Championship on SmackDown, 52. He's better than the Raw Women's Championship, interestingly. It's Bayley against Carmella. Can Carmella really put down the role model Bayley? We'll find out on Sunday. That should be interesting. The Women's Money in the Bank is on the line. Of course, it's Asuka versus Mandy Rose versus Natalya versus Sasha Banks versus Shayna Baszler versus Sonya Deville. That's 6 women there. Sonya, Shayna, Sasha, Natalya, and Mandy and Asuka. Those 6 women who will come out with the briefcase. It's going to be really interesting to see who is going to come out with the briefcase right there. The Universal Championship will be on the line as Shinsuke Nakamura takes on Braun Strowman. Braun seemingly has had the upper hand over Shinsuke Nakamura, but the King of Strong Style will surely have something up his sleeve for the pay-per-view match. 69 heat. These two will hopefully have a good match. And the WWE Championship will also be on the line in a triple threat match. 62 heat for this one. Drew versus Kevin versus Seth Rollins. 3 men hopefully will have a better match than the heat says. It's going to be very, very interesting. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. It's been a really good episode. That SmackDown's really impressed me. And hopefully we'll have a good pay-per-view this Sunday, of course. Money in the Bank. Make sure you set notifications on so you don't miss out on that one. The first pay-per-view of the series. And hopefully it'll be a good one. I'll tell you now what I'm leaning towards for the main event. And there are 3 candidates. Of course, the men's Money in the Bank match, which is highly rated on the heat, the World Championship, or the Universal Championship, and the WWE Championship. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see what main event the show and how that'll affect it. Make sure you are watching on Sunday. I tell you that. Make sure you're watching. If you like this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more. And until next time, peace.